Yes guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about how I think Zenkais are ruining the game. I've talked about this many times, and it's just something that keeps reoccurring on my channel. It seems like I'm a rant channel at this point, but that's not, I mean, I don't want it to be the case. That isn't what I intend when I make these videos. I just want people to at least open their eyes and try and get on board with me, and hopefully one day we have got enough of a voice to stand up against this, because I think it's really sad to see the game go down this wrong path. And I've made a list of things that I think are completely wrong with Zenkais, and how I think the game is just completely getting ruined by it. So we're going to go in depth into that in a second. Before we do, I just want to say, please leave a like if you do enjoy this video, and if you agree with anything I say, please share it on social media platforms so more people can see this, and so we can spread the message and hopefully make the developers realize what they're doing wrong, because I don't think they have a clue as to how bad it actually is. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about Zenkais and how they are ruining the game. December 2019 was the first time we saw Zenkais introduced into the game, and for the first 6 months after that we only had 8 Zenkai units in the whole game, which actually wasn't too bad. And also keep in mind that the first 3 released at the same time, so after that we only got 5 Zenkai units until the 2nd anniversary, and one of them was a free-to-play unit, being the Kid Goku, so it wasn't too bad. After that, we have had so many Zenkais. It's been incredible. 23 in the past 9 months. That averages 2.55 Zenkais every single month, which is just ridiculous to me. Every Zenkai unit costs, as we know, 7,000 Chrono Crystals to fully awaken to Zenkai 7, which is where their full potential is unlocked and where they're most viable. So obviously if you are Zenkaiing a unit, you want to get them to Zenkai 7, because that's where they're going to be the strongest, and that's where you're going to completely overpower people in PvP, and where you're going to have the strongest character possible, of course. So it does make sense to want to Zenkai a unit to Zenkai 7 and have that fully awakened unit and just the whole power that you can achieve from that unit. And in addition to Zenkais, we also get all-star banners every month, and we get legendary finish units every single month, which is obviously on a step-up banner. So we get an all-star banner, a legendary finish unit on a step-up, so that's 2 banners a month, and 2 Zenkais every single month, and in some cases 3 Zenkais a month. So that is ridiculous. There's so many things we need to focus on in order to get good quality characters for our boxes, and to max out the amount of characters we have, because at the end of the day it is nice from a collector's standpoint to have every single character. Now a legendary finish unit takes about 12 to 20,000 crystals to get if you are lucky. I have gone, of course, I've gone further than 20,000 crystals without getting a single legendary finish unit, and I've got legendary finish units inside 4,000 crystals. It's just down to luck at the end of the day. Everyone knows how it works. It's a gacha game. We love them for that. It's just the thrill of wanting to get a new unit and having a low chance to get that character. But when you go into a banner, you want to have the most amount of crystals possible to actually feel confident and comfortable when you're summoning, to know that you might get this character, and sooner or later it's gonna happen. In the current point that we're in, we don't feel like that, because we can't stack up enough crystals to go into a banner confidently, because we're only getting 12 to 14,000 crystals every single month that are free to play, and that is quite simply not enough. When you take into account, like I said, we get 2 Zenkais, 1 all-star and 1 step up every single month, that totals 14,000 crystals just on Zenkais. If you're a free-to-play player, I always say it's much better to Zenkai a unit than to spend it on a banner, because you're not guaranteed anything from a banner when you summon on it. When you Zenkai a character, you're guaranteed a top tier unit, which is a point I'm going to get into in a second. They are just too good, but I just don't think we're getting enough crystals to warrant you want to spend on every single banner, and you should not have the mentality that you're gonna get every character, because that is just not the case. And even when you do get a character, they always turn out to be underwhelming, except for some rare cases like we've had the Revival Cell or the Green Goku Black, who, well, those two units are absolutely phenomenal, we know that, but other than those two, every single other sparking that releases on a new banner just seems really underwhelming. So the next point I'm going to get into, like I said, is that Zenkais are too good. They just really are, and it really hinders the new units that release on banners. It's really, really bad. I don't like it at all, how they're just so good, because you can, instead of summoning for a premium character, you could just Zenkai a unit for way less and have a character that's 10 times better than the character you would get if you did get lucky and pull a legendary finish unit inside 7,000 crystals. So what's the point of even going for that legendary finish unit? I know they're cool, they've got great animations, and they're much more fun than Zenkais, but at the end of the day, you want what's best for your account in terms of being competitive in PvP. That is the end goal, so it always makes sense to Zenkai a unit, but I don't think Zenkai should be as good as they are, just because it's not fun. It really isn't. They're old units that have already had their time in the meta. They've been in the spotlight, so just move them aside. We don't need them to be as good as they are. They have old animations and they're not as fun to use as new characters are. So the problem isn't that new units are bad, in a sense. They aren't bad, because if you take Zenkais out of the equation, they're actually not that bad. If you look at Vegito Blue, during the 2nd anniversary, we've had a lot of new sparkings that have released since then that have been better than him. And that's what you want to see, natural power creep progression in the game. That has happened, and it's been good. When you take away Zenkais from the equation, you see a healthy progression in the game. But as soon as you take those Zenkais away, yeah, like I said, you just see a good game, a stable game with a good PvP system and with good characters that are competitive. Because we all complain about how new legendary finish units aren't tanky enough or can't take a hit. Yeah, but the units dealing those hits are normally Zenkai units that have nearly 300k stats in attack. So what are you meant to do? Like, how can you defend against that? You quite simply can't do that with a 2-star legendary finish unit. So before, it was really fun. You used to summon for a unit, and you used to be really excited that you were going to get this really good legendary finish unit that was going to be, I don't know, a top 5 unit in the game, regardless of who it was or when it released. And you were excited to summon for that unit, and it felt like that unit was a necessity. Right now, legendary finish units aren't that. They just aren't necessary. You don't need a legendary finish unit. You don't need a new banner unit. You can just wait, summon on Zenkai units, and that's it. And I just think Zenkai shouldn't be a necessity. And I did put this in capital letters in this list of problems that they are. They shouldn't be a necessity. They should be an option. Let's say, I don't know, you have a unit on a banner who's a green Saiyan, and then you have a Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku, for example. And I don't know, let's say the Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku is fantastic when he gets his Zenkai, which he is, but I personally think that if we had, I don't know, a green Saiyan that released on a banner, that unit should be better than the Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku, because it's only right for the new unit to get a chance to shine in its prime when it's a premium unit, so that down the line, as it gets older, obviously then it will get a Zenkai and then it will get relevant again. But I just think that the LF Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai Goku, in this, you know, hypothetical example that I'm proposing here, should be an option and not a necessity on the Saiyan team. So let's say, for example, the Angel Vegeta that just released. Here's another example. We have the Angel Vegeta, who's a fantastic unit, but as soon as a yellow Saiyan gets a Zenkai, let's say the support Goku from the Broly movie, as soon as he gets a Zenkai, even though he buffs some family, everyone's going to run him on that Saiyan team, and he's just going to be much better than that support Angel Vegeta. So he's going to get kicked off the team, and he'll have lasted literally nothing in the meta. Same thing as we saw with the Majin Vegeta, and the list goes on and on and on. It's just really bad, and I feel that a Zenkai unit should be an option just in case you don't pull that premium LF or banner unit that fits in that color position on the team that it's on. if that makes any sense. So I hope I'm not confusing anyone with what I'm saying. Bottom line is that Zenkais, in my opinion, should be an option, not a necessity. And like I say, we need more CC. We just got 3 new events, 500 crystals to farm up from them. That is pathetic. I'm gonna just say it. It is really, really bad. What is going through their minds? Why do I need 1 copy of a Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku instead of getting, I don't know, 3,000 crystals over the 3 events? I'd rather have the 3,000 crystals than a copy of a unit that under 7 stars is useless to me. So yeah, I just don't understand why they're doing that, and it's fine. Give us the copy of the legendary finish unit, but give us some crystals with the event too. It's not like the copy of the legendary finish unit is gonna be, you know, it's gonna make or break our accounts. It's not like that. That's not the way it is. Give us some crystals so we can choose where to spend our crystals. That's what makes more sense to me. And it's the same thing with the Ultra Space-Time Rush change. That's not a problem. Add the Zenkais in there. Make the changes to the shop. That's fantastic, but don't take away the crystals. And I know everyone's going to say, yeah, Supreme, but they're moving them. I don't care. We should be getting those crystals in the Ultra Space-Time Rush, plus the ones that they're moving. They should be an addition, not just an exchange, if you know what I mean. So I just think they keep taking and they don't give us anything in return, and I just don't like it at all. And yeah, I mean, before Zenkais, you used to save up 20,000 to 30,000 crystals for a huge celebration, and you'd be really hyped because you'd be like, okay, this unit that I'm gonna get, or that I'm gonna try and get, is gonna be meta breaking, meta defining, and it's gonna be the star of my box. That's what I want a unit to be. I want it to have that premium feeling, and when I go into battle, I want it to be the best. And quite simply now, that's not the case. It really isn't. Every single legendary finish unit is really bad until they're at least at 4 stars when they get that stat buff. So I just don't understand what the point of having units that are literally like subpar have such a low rate on banners. I don't understand why they do it like that. Like, why is a legendary finish unit on a banner with a 0.5 rate when I'm going to take really long to pull that unit, a lot of crystals it's going to take, and then when I get him, I'm going to use him for a few matches, I'm going to say, yep, his animations are really nice, he's a really cool unit, really fun to use. But as soon as you get into, I don't know, 7k RP and you're starting to get into a competitive range of PvP, you're not going to use that character because he's not competitive anymore. I think that's really, really bad, and it's something they need to change. And that's pretty much the video. I do hope you enjoyed it, which if you did, please, please, please leave a like. Subscribe if you are new on this channel, and if you do like this kind of content, and please share this video. Let's try and spread the word and get more people talking about it. So yeah, like I said, that's been me. I do really hope you guys sat through that little rant, and I'm sorry because this isn't meant to be a ranting channel. I don't like it, but yeah, when I'm not happy about something, I'm going to call it out. So that's pretty much it, guys. I will catch you next time. Peace.